This man is called Robbie Knox, a legend I've known for about 10 years now, and we are doing a podcast today called Thinky Thinky Make Make. What kind of people do you get on? What do you normally talk about?
So we talk about all sorts of, a lot of artistic-y people, sort of musicians, artists, and the idea is getting into the details of how they make things. If you had an author, you might ask them how they write, whether they have to be inspired, just get into the details of creativity.
Awesome. Yeah, so I might take us up into the clouds a little bit, but I'm sure Robbie's going to bring me back to the practicals. Any thoughts that just stay as thoughts don't really go anywhere, do they? You've got to root them in the real world somewhere. So a couple extra cheeky bits of corn, a bit of coffee on the go. Oh, that was great. So an hour and 15, Robbie, right?
Yep. Of solid gold.
solid gold. Well, he tried the sweet corn. He said he approved. We talked about all sorts of things, from the history of doing business and public speaking and getting mentors, and then also the process of coming in here and what's next and everything. So if you want a bit more detailed info on Corco, but you don't want to do all the reading and the articles and stuff like that, I will put the link in below. If it happens to come out just after the vlog, I'll stick the link in the next day. But we will stick the link in below for this podcast, so definitely go check out Thinky Thinky Make Make with the one and only Robbie Knox. Right, we better get you back to a station. You've got to go back to London for meetings, haven't you?
Yeah, meetings cheating.
It's always funny when people come to Corco and then go back to the modern world smelling like smoke, and I've had people stay over and then go for like an 8 AM board meeting, and then they're like, what am I doing here? I just woke up in a feral environment and now I'm back in the finished world. You got a hold of me now.
Follow it on Facebook, we're quite active on that, not so much Twitter.
The link is going to be down here. No.
Look at that.
No, the link is going to be in the description just below here.
Can I just say, if I had to guess what Dave Erasmus's car would be like, this is exactly it.
What is this?
It's a sturdy, classically designed, yet world-weary vehicle that has seen better days, but it's being treated with love and is keeping going.
The rubber's coming off here. The window doesn't shut here.
But it's being recycled and used.
Exactly.
It sums you up.
It's having its final hurrah before.
I love it. 156,000 miles on the clock.
Before Gertie finally does its last, and it's like struggles to start now, doesn't it? It's going.
It's perfect.
It is, mate. See you soon. Thanks for coming down.
Gonna get the train. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, internet.
I don't know if any of you guys ever used to watch Soccer AM. But Robbie used to play a character on there. I'm going to put because he was a very funny character called the Tramp on Soccer AM. But now he's a refined, creative, and dad of 3. So probably won't thank me for putting that link in. But that's how I knew him originally. Right. I think I've got to go back to Surrey and carry on thinking about production of the handbook. And yeah, I've got lots to do. It's not going to be a lot of woods action this week, I don't think. Right, train's up. Let's go.
This is fascinating. It's literally building up a hand layer by layer. I can identify the fingers, the knuckles. It's kind of crazy to think that all of this is happening in an 8x6 shed by one man who volunteers his life and his incredible product design skills.
And thanks to the proliferation of 3D printers, there are now children all over the world wearing Steve's arm.
Not feeling my usual self today, but it is quite inspiring watching stories like that. I'll put the link in below. I remember 10 years ago I went to a Google conference, and the head of all of Europe for Google stood up and somebody asked a question and said, "Who's your biggest competitor?" And at the time it was Yahoo. He said, "It's not Yahoo, it's 2 people in a garage. We don't know who they are. In fact, the idea hasn't probably even been conceived yet." And that is the world that we're living in. And now with things like 3D printing and open sourcing designs, we have the powers of creation in little huts and sheds and whatever, anywhere around the world. And I guess that's the central premise, really. We don't have to be approved by central authorities. We can use the internet to just make things and make people's lives better. Before the NHS adopts it or before you get an award for it, you can just do it. And this guy's just doing it for free. Sitting with Robbie this morning and talking for like an hour and a half about creative process has really got my juices going about that. He really nailed me on the detail. So what's the next step? Who do you email? How do you make that communication? It made me think maybe stuff like that might be helpful to share on here as well. Because over the next 6 weeks leading up to the tour, it really is going to be a lot of production. I'm probably only going to be in the woods 1 to 2 days a week. Because somehow I've got to make a documentary film, pull together a handbook, and produce a multi-stop UK tour to various different coffee shops with a mobile cinema rig all around the country, pulling in guests and stuff. And I've never done any of that before. I'd love to sort of share that creative process with you. There are ups and downs. For example, for the last week's vlog, I rushed and worked my socks off, like a 12-hour day, to try and get the tickets ready for you guys to buy. But it was actually the lowest viewed vlog I've had for the whole year, and literally only 2 tickets got sold within 24 hours. Because right now it's quite an uncomfortable feeling. I've sold about 3 tickets on average for each of the 5 venues we've already made public. And there may be another 5 venues, so realistically over the next 6 weeks my mind and heart will be stuck with the production of those 3 items because I haven't done them before. So I think to show you just the woods would be slightly disingenuous, because these things don't happen without an awful lot of hard work going in behind them. In here you can see the 5 events, and you can see there's 60 tickets, 25, 50, 21, 30. If you have a plan of any kind, you stick it out there in the world and it doesn't go the way you thought, don't freak out, don't get upset. Just think, who can I ring? Who can I go and speak to and ask for their opinions? Show them what I've done and see what they've got to say about it. Finding people to help, mentors or advisors, is invaluable. You get project blindness. Yesterday I text my friend Louise, who knows about all of this kind of stuff because she makes online content herself, and she pointed out 2 or 3 really simple things which make it a lot easier for people to see the information and to get on board. For each of the different places, Giro, Northman, I've done a triple thumbnail. You know I'm not into clickbait, but I do think it's important. Louise said that I need to put the venue, me, and mobile cinema. I'm going to try and rest, I think, for the rest of the day. I'm not going to do too much more vlogging. Good morning, guys. Hope you're good. I'm not feeling 100%, but I know this might sound funny, but after 10 years of having this kettle, I had never plugged it in. And yesterday, I did my lemon sip in the hut for the first time rather than going to the house. I've got a feeling that some things are changing because of the skills I've been learning in the woods. Like, for example, I painted the hut this weekend. It was getting a bit weather torn, and I repainted the picnic bench that I made back in the day. I've never done those things. I've either let them dilapidate or paid someone else to do it. These are little wins on the journey of figuring my stuff out. Also, check this out. This tree obviously fitted perfectly, but I love how the tree just does not give a monkey's about the decking. He's like, mate, I'm coming through. Bothered. In the meantime, I'm going to borrow my mate. Oh, we've got a little housemate. Little housemate sticking his head out the window.
Morning.
Morning, Marty. You alright?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, very good, thanks, mate. Are you just spying on me?
A little bit, yeah. You're a gorgeous man. What are you up to?
I've got to go to the woods. I left my laptop there.
Oh, is it? Housemate night tonight.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I'll try and make it back. I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, as I was saying to Martin, because I was not feeling well yesterday, I ended up leaving my laptop and bag in the woods in the hut.
But you gotta show me how to live.
It's funny, you know, I'm not feeling well and I'm driving down here thinking I've got to do all this driving. And you begin to think, what am I doing? I'm trying to blend, on a bad day you think I'm trying to blend 2 worlds together that just don't work very well. On a good day you think you're having your cake and eating it. On a bad day you think this is really hard. It'd be much easier to be a hippie or just to live in the modern world. But then as I'm pulling in, you just see this like deer shoot across the road. And it puts a smile on my face in a way that only the best comedians do, you know. There's something very valuable here. I probably haven't laughed all morning. So there's definitely something special here. Very special. Even after all this time, I can't convince myself of it. Even though it's only a few days since I was last here. Getting back into the presents is different to talking about the presents. seeing as we're here, it would be amiss not to take a chance just to sit for a bit. Next Tuesday we've got a work party, and I think Josh Price is going to come back and help us finish off this treehouse platform. This sunflower had fallen over and was like face down in the dirt, so I thought I'd pull the head off. Do any of you know anything about drying them or using the seeds or something like that? Let me know in the comments what I'm meant to do with this, if there's a way to preserve it, or maybe I've already screwed it up by ripping it off the plant. It's kind of interesting to see inside it as well. It looks like coconut inside. Open one layer at a time. Good luck, big potato. What colour is the lid on a jar of Marmite? Yellow. Yeah, yellow. What colour is a pistachio ice cream? Like a pale mint green. Yeah. 2 to 20 players, flipping heck. 20 minutes to play, that's my kind of game. Next Tuesday we have a work party. Josh is coming down. Alan's going to come and cook something with the chilies. Got my mate Vince, an artist, coming down. We've got all sorts kicking off. So hopefully it'll be a good one. If you look in the old Slack group, so much is happening. And we've now got these different groups, the butterfly, the earth, the deer, moon, river and sun. So we're getting organised, getting organised. I will see you next Tuesday. Don't forget to get your tickets. That's alright, there's Martin again, he's always lurking. Don't forget to get your tickets for the...
Go, David.
Yeah, time to go for housemate dinner. Get your tickets and I'll see you hopefully on the road in November. Take care of yourselves and look after each other.